What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Golden Boot Podcast. You can't see us, but we can see you.
That's not
What's
creepy.
going on, everybody? Huh?
I said that's not creepy.
I know it's not at all.
What is going on?
I mean, history repeats itself once again, and I love this. Cody outdid himself here. But this is the Golden Boot Podcast. This is our 18th episode, y'all. 18 episodes. Can you believe it? 18 episodes.
18?
18. It really is 18. Really. It's nuts, man. JQ. Interesting week 4 UK upset them carbs. Stoops is gone to A&M. No, he's not. Stoops is Stoops is back. Ray Davis enters a draft. QB trans. Yeah, it's.
Let me talk about Ray Davis hitting the draft.
It's been about this, and then how about them suck eyes? I mean,
we will touch on that. We will touch on that.
Oh gosh.
Let me touch on Ray Davis hitting the portal or hitting the draft though.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you saw his post. But he put out a lengthy post, saying, thank you to so-and-so. In the Kentucky colors. And before he ever mentioned Kentucky, thank you to Vanderbilt and all you have done for me.
No, thank you to Temple and Vanderbilt. Come on, man.
Hey, he mentioned them both before he mentioned Kentucky. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, he did. You're not wrong.
He's got 1 degree and it doesn't say University of Kentucky on it.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, wait. Everybody.
What?
I know what this is.
Kyle McCord just threw another interception.
I mean, hey, we'll get to that. We'll get to that soon. Dustin Gregg in the house. Cry more, son, Vandy.
Whoa. Who's crying?
Oh, my goodness.
I tipped my
This
cap
is already
to those guys. They beat us.
Did you?
Because we're horrible.
I mean,
but I will address that. I will address that game later. Thank you very much.
Jeez. Okay. Well, first off, look, I have my tree up. Look who's finally defrosted. Look who's defrosted here. It is that time, gentlemen.
George, you're fired. Because it's not the Bones Coffee Lady.
It's not the Bones Coffee Lady. She's not the one that defrosted there, genius. Mariah Carey is. It is that
I
time,
thought about
gentlemen.
this. We have an issue here, though. Did she actually defrost, considering it's wintertime and it's starting to freeze again?
I mean, I don't know.
So, I started thinking about that. I was like, well, wait a minute. So, I don't know.
Hey, listen, Dustin, we all have our opinions, and I get that, but at the same time, this woman is the GOAT when it comes to Christmas songs that either A, people hate, or B, can't wait to hear all year long. So,
and we're all going to
give it to her. She knows how to do it. Sean Spencer, Wolfpack dominated. Look at there. I know my Tar Heels have tumbled. Yes, they. Dustin Craig. Ho ho ho.
Hey.
Oh man, it's a joyful time of year, right? Joyful time of year. Do you guys got your tree up yet? I got my tree up. Everybody see it? I got my tree up. See?
We don't celebrate Christmas at my house.
My tree. It's got Razorback ornaments on it. It's got
that's a mini tree.
Guitars.
That's what, 2 foot tall?
Huh? No, it's a 6.5 foot tree. Don't go there. Don't go there. It's a
like
6.5 foot tree. Well, it still is a 6.5 foot tree. It's a 6.5 foot tree. So,
but no, we don't celebrate Christmas at my house.
Oh, we don't.
I find tinsel distracting. I celebrate Festivus.
Festivus? What the heck is that?
Many years ago.
Gosh. Yeah. Well,
you gotta watch Seinfeld. Come on, man.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But before we get too far in this, I want to point everybody, of course, on every beginning of the show to the banner down below. If you're watching now, please like, share, follow this broadcast. It helps us out so much. We appreciate everybody that joins in. I'm very excited for it to be Monday because we got a lot to talk about. But please,
and we have some big news.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of big news. A lot of coaching changes. A lot of different people joining into the portal. I mean, we got some news for sure. So let's get into our icebreakers here and let's get this taken care of. Here, let's get it started.
Dude, should have had Mariah Carey pop up behind the Icebreakers logo.
You missed your opportunity there, Mr. Genius. Okay, so first order of business. Let's play this because I think it is very fitting that Oklahoma had a little bit of a snafu coming out the tunnel. If you didn't see it, here it is.
I literally thought in the moment, this is how people die in those things. Because I've always thought, like, how can you not just get up? Like, you hear people, and again, I'm not making light in any way, but, people that go to these concerts or whatever, and something happens, and, and people are trampled to death. That's a real thing. It's horrific. And I didn't think I was going to die, but it was a very real thing. My face kept getting shoved further and further in the ground, and you could feel one person after another. I said, this is going to keep happening. And it was just like, I don't know. This is kind of what I envisioned. And I just kept getting shoved further and further. And I was like, you got to be freaking kidding me. This is really happening right now. That's what I thought. And I was pissed. Not at anybody, just pissed. So.
Yeah, that was that was interesting. That was it blew my mind. First off, how does that happen? I get that you want the smoke entrance. I get that you want the whole shebang, whatever. But I mean, come on. Like, you can't run through a tunnel.
Okay, wait a minute, though. Let's be real. The way Vanderbilt played football this year,
Justin, thank you.
That's what you would expect out of Vanderbilt. Not out of Oklahoma.
I guess. Sure. I don't expect any football team to be tripping over themselves coming out their own daggum tunnel. They were at home. Like,
oh, wait.
What?
Yes. Okay.
Oh.
Tim Bailey just informed me that the Big 12 referees actually pulled a rope and tripped everybody.
Yeah, boy, that's yeah. That I would absolutely yeah. Exactly, Matt. Thanks for joining, man. How do you trample the coach? I guess they couldn't see who he was.
Feller.
Oh my
This is Feller.
goodness.
Do you know who this guy is? This is Matt Hicks.
Matt.
He's a legend.
No.
Okay.
I worked with the man. I know the man well.
Okay.
You worked with the man and know the man well. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, my bad. Didn't know that. I didn't know that. Forgive me. I don't keep up with who you work with, sir. Yeah, exactly. That's my thoughts when I saw the press conference. I was like, what? How do you trample your own coach? But I mean, if you saw the video, I mean, they were busting. They were. I don't know what they were running into, but it seemed like that one guy got pushed into that one square thing about 15 different times. Poor guy. Finally said, heck with it, I'm just climbing over it. So anyway, yeah, it's just I don't know, maybe it's a fitting end or to the regular season for Oklahoma. I don't know. It's very interesting. Moving on, Chris, you had this year.
Before we show that, well, yeah, go ahead and show this one.
Okay, go ahead.
So we broke the story for college football dogs about Michigan being accused of cheating and the whole Connor Stallion story. Well, we've been on top of this from day one. There's new news out here. They're now investigating Michigan for having 2 coaches that are better than Ryan Day.
Yeah.
And at the same time,
wow. Really?
Michigan's asking a simple question.
Yeah.
Did we cheat this time?
Oh God.
So
shout out to villains.
And here's the best part. They did cheat.
Uh-huh.
Did anybody notice this picture?
Yeah.
Do you see what this is, right?
Yes.
It's
yes.
Well,
yes.
Let's touch on that plane a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, that plane came from a Boeing P-8 Poseidon.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
spy plane.
Yeah.
So
it
now we're spying on Ohio State to steal their signals from airplanes.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's crazy. I mean, you know, it the Michigan thing continued. And here's the crazy thing about it. This is 3 in a row. So, you know, we should have got Alex on here because I think he'd be calling for Ryan Day's head. I mean, he said you got to win this one, right? I mean, you got to win this one. And I saw Pat McAfee today, who I really enjoy watching, and I don't try to be him, but I feel like our show kind of mirrors his just a little bit because we do talk about stuff, you know, that he does and kind of do some crazy antics. Man, our views are fluctuating like nobody's business. I can't keep focused. We're going from 15 to we went to 22, then to 7, then to 3, then to 15. What is happening? I appreciate everybody joining in. If you can see us, great. We appreciate you. But it just Ryan Day. GQ says Ryan Day should retire. I mean, dude, you've beat everybody in the Big Ten except for Michigan 3 years in a row. Like that's and in the game, in that rivalry, I think there's been coaches fired for less in that rivalry. If you can't beat Michigan, you can't be there.
Sure.
They're going to fire you and send you right out.
Maybe Ryan Day should have taken that Texas A&M job. I mean, 2 other guys have had it.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Can we talk about that?
Let's touch on that one.
Yeah. I don't have a graphic for that, but how about Mark Stoops being hired for as long as Aaron Rodgers was with the Jets?
Well, you realize,
I mean,
it happened on the 6th anniversary of Shiano Sunday.
Yeah, I know.
And Mark Stoops got Shiano'd.
And that was such a weird deal because, you know, ESPN reported it, Barstool reported it, everybody started reporting Mark Stoops to A&M is a done deal, blah, 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 blah. Contract coming soon. And then it was, oh, just kidding. Mark Stoops says he's staying. And then supposedly there's a fan revolt or something of this nature on A&M. Very A&M, by the way. Go ahead.
There is 0% chance that Mark Stoops turned that job down. I don't care what he says.
I know. It's really hard to believe, but I've
actually had somebody tell me that he actually flew from Louisville to College Station. And when he got off the plane at College Station, they told him they decided to go in a different direction.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's just, I don't think that's happening at all. Guys will see that and just say, hell yeah, that view. Lost to them without their head coach. Yes, GQ. Yes. Harbaugh not on the sidelines and you still lose? Oh, man.
Well, not just Harbaugh, but there's 2 or 3 assistants been fired. And their best offensive lineman goes out with a ruined career. And they come out and
Dustin,
score
that's a really good point. Yeah. Look at what he's done with a shitty program. Imagine what he can do with a real program. If you're talking about Stoops and A&M, dude, I don't know if he just decided not to go or if they found something in his background or something. It is a really weird deal. I don't believe for a second.
The fans revolted.
Was that a real thing? Like, because we can't confirm that. Like, there's so many people reporting on it. If it truly was a fan revolt, that is the most A&M thing I have ever heard in my entire life.
Well, it was a fan revolt, but it was also boosters trying to pull out. And it was I hate Twitch now, just for that, by the way. Just like to point that out there.
It's just everything's having problems, but it's still running. I've already checked it. It's still running.
Yeah,
so I don't know what I don't know what it's StreamYard. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Anyway, but boosters were trying to withdraw commitments of money and all that, and I mean, at the end of the day, if you're paying for it, you should have some kind of input. So, they didn't want Mark Stoops. I respect it. I really do. I really believe they made the correct hire. I think that Elko is going to do fantastic at A&M. That being said, the biggest downfall is going to be the recruiting for him, I think, at first. Because
did y'all? Well, go ahead, Crow. Finish what you were saying. I'm
sorry. I was going to say, like, I just think that he's going to have a disadvantage in recruiting for a couple of years. I don't think people are going to instantly buy into him. I think they're going to want to see what he puts on the field because you only really got just a sample of what he can do when he was at Duke in the spotlight.
Oh,
and don't get me wrong, if he had a healthy team, they'd be sitting in a totally different spot right now.
Yeah.
I think they could have actually retained Elko at Duke if they would have had a healthier team this year.
But it's really hard to turn down $70 million because I know they haven't per se threw out his contract yet. But let's be real, they're going to pay him some ridiculous, stupid money.
Mm-hmm. But are they though? That's the thing. Are they? So you got to think about it. When Jimbo was hired, he was hired by LSU's current AD, so he wasn't hired under Bjork. So
That's true, and plus he's a national champion coach. No matter which way you want to call it. I mean, Jimbo won a national championship. Elko
I guarantee you, he won't have a buyout like Jimbo, though. That's for sure.
God no, he's not going to sit on his couch and make $26,000 a day. That's for sure. But did y'all see the video? That was just as A&M as it gets of them bringing in Elko and confirming. I was like,
no. Please tell me it was the Yell team welcoming him.
So no, it was it was the Yell. Yes, the Yell team was there right in the front of the press conference of all. It looked like a weird church cult service because they had the Yell leaders up front in front of the podium, like conversion of this man. I don't know what was happening. But they all linked arms and did the whole sway back and forth thing. And the Yell leaders are doing, and I was like, and the comment said, "Is this a cult?"
Yeah. Jeez.
But I want to know, how does he fit in at Texas A&M?
I don't know. They says Elko is just young Stoops.
Because they have one of the largest NIL fundings in the nation.
Yeah.
And just last week, Mike Elko went off about NIL and the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're against NIL and the transfer portal, I can't see you working out at a school with the biggest NIL in the nation.
I know it's kind of a weird deal. We'll see. but the fans revolted. The fans got what they want, so the fans are going to have to deal with the results.
And touching on Mark Stoops again.
Yeah.
One of the key phrases in his little "I'm back" post.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving right now.
Yeah.
You're going back to your stance from the beginning, aren't you?
I got a text message on Saturday morning.
Oh, here we go. This is going to be just
my
fantastic.
From my contact in Iowa that said,
yeah,
Iowa will not get in a bidding war.
Huh.
And then the story started coming out about Texas A&M, and I'm like, aha, I get it. I know what he's talking about. Well, they won't be in a bidding war now.
No. I mean, it just...
How crazy would that be if Ferentz retired and Stoops left? Like, how do you address Kentucky?
I don't know.
I was going to leave, but I changed my mind. But, now I'm going to leave again. Like, my God.
I don't know how they do that, really. Yeah, that's a rough deal.
And while we're on it,
especially if...
Just a second.
Go ahead, Chris.
Go ahead and keep talking. I got to do something real quick.
Oh, no, you're good.
I got something going.
Okay, all right. Well, then let's move on to this.
Don't move on.
You had this up. Well, okay. I'm not. We'll just pull this up for now while you got it. What is this, Cody? Can you bring this?
Yeah. So this kid right here, Max Brosmer, he is the quarterback at New Hampshire, and as you can see, he entered the portal. He had 3,500 passing yards, 29 touchdowns, 6 interceptions this season.
Yeah.
I have heard rumors of schools like Vanderbilt, but I've also now have started hearing some Big Ten schools are going to be interested, as well as some ACC schools. So do not be surprised to see this kid get picked up quickly and have a very, very good shot going in the future. Honestly, his style of play, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go somewhere like North Carolina.
Interesting. All right, Chris, what do you got? What do you got in store for us? What is this?
So back to the Texas A&M thing.
Yeah.
That it happened on the 6th anniversary. Yeah, that it happened on the 6th anniversary of Shiano Sunday.
Yeah.
Texas A&M fans were asking Tennessee fans how to do it.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
How?
Oh
gosh.
That's funny.
Yeah. I mean, it just kind of is what it is at this point. But
so I don't believe.
I don't even know where to. Yeah. So Kentucky has an open wallet if he was out the door. I don't know.
They just raised him $2 million a year just 10 months ago. He's not getting another raise for a 7-5 football season.
Yeah,
that's hard for me to believe too. I don't know.
And it makes me think though, like, where would Kentucky go if Mark Stoops leaves? Like, who could they really realistically bring in? I don't think you can bring in someone that's better than Stoops.
Yeah.
I just don't think the appeal's there for it.
Right.
I mean,
remember when they brought in Stoops, though, he had a losing record.
Yeah.
So
this right here is my favorite stat. Yeah, man. Will
it.
Campbell, LSU. He's a sophomore offensive tackle, and he didn't allow any sacks this year. And
None.
I mean, obviously, I've had nothing but love for the kid since he's come on the campus, and I had no idea that this stat was that good. So
it's craziness.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I knew he'd be a first rounder next year, but didn't realize he had no sacks allowed. And that's saying a lot considering the openness on the offensive line for LSU the last few seasons. So
yeah. Wow.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Wow. That's 731 snaps and 0 sacks allowed is ridiculous. It doesn't matter who it is. I don't care what team you play for.
Yeah.
Not for Stoop Chris. For the next candidate, don't underestimate our ID.
Yeah, got you.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
Stoops is getting $9 million a year, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I keep forgetting he's a daggum Kentucky fan. I keep forgetting that. I don't know why. I just gotta keep forgetting that. All right. So, well, before we get into games and such, let's take a quick break since it is the season. And let's hear from Amazon, and then we'll be right back and get into Bone Crushers.
Hey there, darling, let me count on you. The road is long and I'm scared what I might find. Won't you tuck me in and out? Tell me everything's gonna be alright, sweet child. Sweet child. Up in the morning, out that door. Who knows what the world has in store for me? I'll be safe with you by my side. Ain't nothing out there can't take in stride. I know you hold me up. You hold me up. So I can fly. When that cold creeps on in and I start to wonder what could have been, I'm just gonna close my eyes so tight, take your hand and keep me to the morning light, to the morning light. And ain't it bright? You hold me up. You hold me up. You hold me up. So I can fly.
There you have it. That's that is one heck of a commercial there by Amazon.
I hate you,
It's like
George.
gets y'all teary eyed. Oh my goodness! Really? Hello.
That commercial had me glued to the screen. Like, what is going on here? What's happening?
Yep.
What is?
I know. It'll get you. It'll get you. Tis the season. Tis the season.
Tis the season to address a comment. No, you do not get an apology because I don't care if I was wrong. Alabama still won. You still lost, and you're crying because stop it. You lost.
I mean,
hey, period. The end. It's over.
That's true.
I wish
I don't
had
know
a
why you're
camera
asking
could have
for an
seen his
apology.
expression.
I don't, because I know that we all said that it would be, a blowout and everything, and I get that.
I said if Auburn win, I would say I was wrong. Auburn didn't win.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Auburn.
Where's my apology for correctly predicting a 6-6 season, and you screamed at me in Walmart parking lot? Yes, I'm outing you. That's what you did. You screamed at me and said, "Oh, you're full of crap." Blah blah blah. blah. You just screamed at me. So You need to apologize
That's not
for
what I
that.
said. I said if Auburn wins,
Oh.
I'll say I was wrong.
That's right. I did too.
Yo, this is huge.
Yeah. Yeah. 5-star USC receiver Raleek Brown enters the portal. That's wow. So that tells me that something they know something over there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he sees what Malik Neighbors is doing at LSU with Brian Thomas, and he's like, "Hey, I want some of that." He's gonna come join Brian Kelly and company.
Right.
Well, I got your next quarterback for you. His name is AJ Swan. He's
I do not want that man. I do not want that man.
You do want that man.
No, he can go to Arkansas.
Who do you want?
You know who
do you want? Will Rogers? Don't. Is that who you're all talking about? You're talking about Will Rogers?
No. Bring me Thor and Nana. That's all I want. Thor and Nana.
What?
If you don't know who Nana is, he's a defensive lineman from Notre Dame that entered the portal today. And Thor is a bad mamma jamma from Harvard that benches like 325 33 times.
And his name is actually Thor.
His name is actually Thor.
Okay. LSU had a transfer come in from Harvard, and he was an offensive lineman, and he did phenomenal for us. So his name was Liam Shanahan, and he was awesome.
Somebody did a ranking this year, and he was ranked like the 8th best freak of nature in all of college football.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow. I mean, it just it's interesting for sure. My Lord.
JQ might like this one.
He might.
But I'm going to go out on a limb and say if Kentucky goes quarterback shopping this year, if I'm Destin Wade, I take my brother Keenan and I get the heck out of Dodge and tell him if you ain't going to play me, I'm out of here. Simple as that. I'm not going to sit here for 4 years while you go quarterback shopping every year.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they went after Ty Simpson once he enters the transfer portal.
So something for y'all to discuss because I'm biased in this. It is rumored that KJ and Rocket both will be entering the transfer portal. That dropped today. What do y'all think?
I can see. No, it doesn't surprise me really. I think that KJ wants to go to a place where he can elevate his draft stock, and I think Rocket's in the same mode, which I totally get it. It's unfortunate, but I do get it. I actually could see both those guys following Jeff Levy and going to Mississippi State, to be perfectly honest.
Really?
Absolutely.
That wouldn't surprise me either. KJ is a Mississippi guy. I don't know if he goes with, if Rocket goes with.
They like each other a lot. They're good friends. So
well,
I wouldn't be surprised.
To be honest, I think Rocket has an issue. His knee has been twice this year a problem. And I think there's an underlying issue that he's not saying yet. Because he hasn't looked right all year and he's been very limited. So I don't know if it's in essence that he didn't want to play, like some people said. Well, he just didn't want to play. It's that he couldn't. So
yeah, because he looked. I mean, when he was out there, he looked like he was trying.
Yeah, you hope that's not the case, but man, it certainly didn't look good.
So KJ entering the portal and following Levy would make sense given the rumors of who Levy is reportedly talking to as an offensive coordinator.
Who's that?
Right.
Briles.
Oh yeah, Kendall Briles.
Oh.
Yep.
And
so that's why it started heating up. Yeah.
And there's also a huge theory out there that Levy brings Art Briles out of coaching vacation and brings him back to work.
Yeah.
Well, Art, he's working with like some foreign team or something.
It's still his father-in-law.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Would not be surprising to see that happen.
It would be controversial,
Yeah.
but I think it would work out. If Bobby Petrino
So
can
before-
get back
okay.
into the game, why not?
Yeah. So I need so listen, I need everybody to listen to me. Everybody pay attention to me by looking at me. Please, 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 please share this real quick because I've got a video I'm going to show all y'all. It's by our buddies at Big Ten Backers. This is right. We'll go into our Bone Crushers in a minute, but I want to show you this. Neither one of the guys have seen this. I haven't either. Okay, we're all going to look at this together, and we're all going to have our reaction. Big Ten Backers went to the game, right? Ohio State and Michigan, and they got an interview. And AJ, our buddy over at Big Ten Backers, sent me one of said videos of their interviews. Y'all check this out.
Big Ten Backers podcast here. Hey, brother, what do you think about this game? Gonna be an awesome game. 3 in a row, brother. Here we go. Just getting back from Fox. Big noon kickoff. Michigan never loses when I show up, brother. That's right. What you gonna do? Hollywood, Michigan, Hogan, brother. That's right. We're in the area. Can't go to the game today. No tickets. But we're gonna run wild all over OSU, brother. And what you gonna do? Oh, yeah. You gotta tell me, what move are you using for the top ropes on Ryan Day? Top rope Ryan Day? There's nothing better than the old atomic leg drop, brother. And it'll be devastating coming off the top rope. Because what you gonna do, crying Ryan? When Hankomania, Hank Hogan, that's right, Hollywood Hank Hogan, the largest arms in the world, run wild on you. We got a new world order. Michigan has owned these Buckeyes the last 2 years. How long does this dominance last? Forever, brother. Because when you're NWO, brother, you're NWO for life. And that's just too sweet. All right, brother, you got to tell me the score of this game. We're looking another blowout. This time we're going to lay 50 on those bums. We're talking 55-10, and 10's being generous, OSU. All right, brother, one more question. Worst fan base in the Big Ten? Best fan base ever. You're looking at it. Look at this sea amazing blue, brother. That's right. The greatest fans in the world. Hank Hogan couldn't have chosen a better team to root for. That's right. From the crib, amazing blue, brother. Here we go, baby. Big house. Let's rock and roll, baby. Thank you, sir.
Dude. Dude.
He hit. Hey, Cody. I know you a man after my own heart. He hit that full life correctly.
He did.
He did. He did. He hit that full life correctly. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was waiting for the wolf pack.
Yep.
Cody's back here going.
I was ready to rip the shirt. I was ready to go.
That
was amazing.
Yes,
That was
is
good.
clearly Harbaugh with a rubber nose. Absolutely, GQ. I agree with that. I agree. I didn't get to do the graphic because I've somehow skipped over it. But Cody sent me. It was that AI. I think that was an AI.
Yes. Yes.
It was Harbaugh with these humongous binoculars on, and I would imagine that's probably what was occurring on that. But yeah, thank you, Big Ten Backers, AJ. That's awesome. I don't know where he is.
Great.
I'm sure he'll be joining soon, but that was one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen. I didn't realize there was a Michigan fan who thinks he's Hulk Hogan. So cool beans to him.
Following.
Yeah.
And let me tell
absolutely.
you too. So if you look at what the man was wearing, okay.
Yeah.
So he had the piece on his wrist. That is actually on WWE's shop, and it is like a miniature replica of their belt. And you can get it as a bracelet. That's like $50. The belt he had now, that was a custom. That was not off the website, but that custom alone was probably another $500. So the man's decked out. Give him his props. Now he probably should have used it to get some false teeth, but hey, I'm not here to judge.
Yeah. I mean, it just it's interesting to say the least, right? I mean, the man really knew what he was doing. So I'm glad. Captain Insano shows no mercy. There you go.
Yep.
Oh man, let's get into our bone crushers. Sponsored by Bones Coffee. All right, Bone Crushers. If you've watched the show before, you know that this is the time where we give our cold, hard truths. So if you have any cold, hard truths, put them in the comments. GQ knows what I'm talking about. He knows. Let's do this. Cody, you got a cold, hard truth first? What do you got?
I do.
Your Bone Crusher? What is
cue
it?
the video. Cue the video.
Cue
Louisville.
which video?
I mean, South Carolina.
Louisville?
I'm sorry. South Carolina.
Oh, the South Carolina video? Okay.
I think this. Okay, you got it.
Yep. I got it. Is it plain or is it just black? I don't know.
I see a black screen.
I see a black screen too, which is not a promising thing.
It's not.
Let me try and load this again.
Okay. Please do.
Because I am
Chris,
enraged.
it's your fault. You loaded it and it's your fault it's not working.
Well, hey,
everybody blame Chris. Put in the comments #blame Chris.
Here we go.
Okay. See if it'll work. There we go. Okay.
I mean, look at the man. I mean, he's clearly has no idea where he's at. Look, when you're
oh my goodness.
When you're just like, I'm sorry, but you do not need to be in a football game at that point.
No, I agree. Did he come out and then come back in?
Yes.
So okay, funny thing you mentioned that because we didn't talk about this on the Egg Bowl, but there was a moment after that hit that Jackson Dart took, he was wobbly, couldn't even stand up, he was kind of teetering, whatever, and then kind of jogged off the field but went sideways at the same time. And I said, "There's no way they're going to let him back in," because here's the thing: NFL, that don't happen. NFL, they're done. Their helmet's taken away. So. This guy should not have been back on that field. I agree with you 100%.
So,
and the coach's excuse was piss poor too.
Do you have that quote, Cody?
I don't have it on me.
What quote?
So, from the press conference from Saturday night, he was asked specifically about it.
Play the video again, Hunter says. Play it again. Yeah, that man does not know where he's at.
And you can see it in his eyes when he first gets up. You can see the whites of his eyes.
Yeah.
Dude was out there.
So I can go ahead and tell you right now, as a person that comes from a mixed martial arts background, covered the sport for many years, and I know a lot of people in the industry, that right there, that would have ended a fight. If you see a fighter reacting like that, the referee would have stopped that fight in a heartbeat because he knows that legit trauma could be happening. The fact that he was reacting like that with a helmet on should tell you how serious of an impact that was. Because, I mean, it's not like he just took a hard hit. His head literally smacked the ground the wrong way. I mean, he should have never come back in that game. I don't care what you tell your coach.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I know all right, this is where I'll give Beamer some leeway. The head coach is so focused on the game, it's hard for him to be able to pull away from that and say, let me focus and see where you're at. That's what his staff is for. The staff failed the man big time. And I'm sure he's going to be okay and all that or whatever. But at the end of the day, this becomes such a common occurrence this season. It's not the first time we've seen this. It's probably, I mean, just off the top of my head, I can think of 4 instances now easily, just that I know of. Not to say what happened that I didn't see.
Okay, so that's a really good point because I remember this being a whole big thing in the NFL about CTE, and then college football came, followed suit, and there's supposed to be people watching from the booth to see if there's any kind of this behavior.
Okay.
None of that happened.
So
this went past without a hitch. Jackson Dart, whatever. I mean, yes, Jackson Dart was fine after the fact. I mean, he threw a touchdown, whatever. But I'm telling you now, if dude starts wobbling in the NFL, he's gone. They don't put you back in. Go ahead, Chris.
So he was asked about that specifically in the press conference after the game.
Yeah.
And the reporter said, and I'm quoting from the press conference, Mario went down pretty early there. I mean, he took kind of a scary stumble and then was back out there pretty quickly. What was going on with him on that? Did he get concussion tested or anything like that there in between? The reply should be enough to make people angry because he absolutely refused to address the question of was he concussion protocol tested. His reply was, I think he got thrown down. It startled him more than anything. He was fine. He was more mad that he got thrown down, and all he could tell me when I walked out there was let me stand up so I can get back in there and go back at this guy. Not to fight, but to get back out there for the next play.
I guess.
Money says that he would not have been able to identify the number of the player that took him down.
Right. Well, and you said it best. MMA, that fight's done.
Exactly.
You got a guy that's woozy like that, it's done. So,
and they'll even argue the
bottom line is this. Right. Bottom line is this. If a guy gets hit like that, then it's definitely going to be an issue for sure. So, anyway, Chris, you got a bone crusher? I know you got one or two somewhere in there. You want the Tennessee video up?
I'll pull it up in just a minute.
Go ahead.
I'm going to start this off with officiating across the country has been atrocious this year.
I agree.
Some of it, now I will say, some of it comes from the way fans treat officials. However, the ones that are out there need to do the damn job and do it right. Now, there was, in the Florida game, there was an incident where they called unnecessary roughness on Florida State.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of debate back and forth on that.
Right.
Me personally, I was okay with that call because when the guy came in, he hit the Florida quarterback upside the head with his hand.
Yeah.
And then when he came down with the other arm, his other arm came down across the face mask and hooked the face mask. Okay. I can understand why he called that. But when you allow stuff like this to happen, and I'm going to play a video from the Tennessee game where the Vanderbilt quarterback, literally, they called the play dead.
Yeah.
And the Tennessee player takes another 3 or 4 steps and hits him.
Right.
So here's the video. You tell me if this is a late hit or not in the comments.
Okay. Yeah.
He's literally everybody stops.
Lord. Holy cow. Yeah, let's see that. Let's see that again. Go ahead, keep talking.
And it wasn't so bad that it happened there. That happened 2 plays in a row. On consecutive plays that happened.
Oh my goodness. Just lays the wood. I mean, it was like 5 seconds he didn't have the ball.
So it happened twice in that game, consecutive plays. And what gets me is there was no penalty called.
Yeah. Stan says, no kidding. Officiating in the SEC keeps getting worse with no accountability. Stan, I appreciate that comment, my buddy. That absolutely is correct.
Yeah. And what came of that on the next live play?
Yeah.
Our receiver and one of their DBs kind of got to pushing each other. Well, guess what? That just livened it up a little bit more.
Right.
Vanderbilt's bench cleared.
Yeah.
They ran up on Tennessee. They were protecting their quarterback.
Right.
At the end of the entire melee, Tennessee ends up with 2 personal fouls. Vanderbilt ends up with 1, but somehow Vanderbilt's the one that got punished in the whole mess and ends up with a 4th and 39.
Yeah, I know. I saw that, and
you got to make it make sense.
It was a tragedy, and not only that. Did you guys see some of these crazy blatant, the most blatant face masks I've ever seen in my life? Like nearly take somebody's head off, and didn't call it. I'm like, what?
Yeah, the Alabama game.
What?
But they called
Like
the block.
Yeah, there was one in the Alabama game. There was one in the Arkansas game. It was a Missouri game. I don't know how we got away with it. We ripped the helmet off of some Missouri player. They didn't call it. There was one that happened in bye Cody. There was one that happened in he's there. He's just okay. There was one that happened in what was the other one? There was one that happened in it was the UCLA I can't talk. UCLA game. The Cal UCLA game.
Okay.
It was weird. I don't know what was going on. Just very strange. All right, let's get into I said that we're in the Bone Crushers. Let me show you this. This is mine. While Cody's gone, I gotta say this. Okay, it's Thanksgiving was last weekend. I know we don't talk about the NFL too much on this show, but I gotta give credit where credit's due. I'm a huge Packers fan, so I mean it is technically partly my show, so I can talk what I want. I got the microphone. So here's my take on this. All right. There has been controversy all year long, and please in the comments, please put in if you agree with me or not. You can agree, disagree, whatever. But these stats don't lie. Okay. The Packers are 5-6 for the year. Okay. They're right there. 5-6 record. Aaron Rodgers threw his first 11 games as a Packer. 25-99, 17 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 5-6. Jordan Love, almost identical stats. Okay. That is after the Detroit game, where for the last 3 out of 4 weeks, Jordan Love has looked incredible, way better than he did at the beginning of the year. And they put a hurting on Detroit. By first play of the game was 50-something yard pass to Christian Watson. And now you said it, Chris. You said don't bet against these Lions on Thanksgiving. Well, I mean, what happened? Because let's look at earlier in the year they came to Green Bay and stomped a mud hole in us, like 37-12 or something crazy. What, Chris?
It was 29-12 at halftime. The final score was 29-22. Detroit ran out of time in the second half.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
They shut Green Bay down in the second half.
They did, but we just put too much damage in the beginning. And I agree, the score was closer than it probably should have been, but we still won when nobody gave us a shot. But these stats don't lie.
He's no Aaron Rodgers.
How can you? Okay, I know he's no
not
Aaron Rodgers. But how can you disagree with the stats on the screen? How does that? And let's hang on. Let me sweeten the pot here. Okay, let me sweeten the pot. He is no Aaron Rodgers. He's Jordan Love. I'm not saying he's Aaron Rodgers. The man is doing these stats with rookie wide receivers, with first and second year offensive linemen, and almost a rookie defense. And he's putting up these kind of stats. Rodgers, on the other hand, in his first year, had veteran wide receivers, he had a veteran offensive line. He had a decent defense. And we're talking same stats. So I get it. He is no Aaron Rodgers. But you got to give the man credit. Like, it's pretty telling to me that he is absolutely heading in the right direction. JQ? No way. Green Bay's heading in the right direction. Green Bay fan also, by the way. Man, you're the GOAT. I'm telling you right now, you're the GOAT. I don't want him to be Aaron Rodgers either. Only had one Super Bowl. I hope Love gets multiple. I agree. I am a Packers fan through and through. I was glad Aaron left. I'm just going to tell you, I was glad. And the reason I was glad is because I was tired of his bullcrap. I was tired of his freaking, whatever you want to call it, dramatic, melodramatic, prima donna, whatever. I'm still alive, and since we didn't win, I didn't get to storm the field. What's up, Seth? Good to have you tonight, man. You just missed Chris talking about the blatant hit on the quarterback. Tennessee did, but I mean, Cody, what do you think? Because Chris is on the he's not Aaron Rodgers. I don't want him to be Aaron Rodgers, but no. Dude, the stats don't lie.
Yeah, so I think with Jordan Love, I think that obviously it's kind of the same situation Aaron Rodgers went in. I mean, he had to fill the shoes of Brett Favre. Jordan Love has to fill the shoes of Aaron Rodgers. Now, realistically, is Jordan Love going to be on the level of those two? Probably not when it's all said and done. But I think he's got enough skill to lead the Packers to the playoffs at least a couple of times over the next few years. But I think it's one of those things that's going to it's going to take time. I mean, they got, 5 games left? So, I mean.
5 games left, and they're going to meet the Chiefs in Green Bay. And
that'll be a fun game.
That'll be actually a decent game.
So it could be worse, though. So the last 32 possessions by the Saints, they've scored 3 touchdowns. And on those, 2 of them were thrown by Jameis Winston when Derek Carr was hurt, and the other one was thrown by Taysom Hill while Carr was on the
God, that's terrible.
So it could always be worse.
Yes.
So
video coming y'all's way. The video was during the fight. Okay. Yes, Seth. We will share that. Go ahead.
So comparatively speaking. Okay, there's a certain team out there that got 70 hung on them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Broncos
were largely considered the worst team in the NFL.
It's true.
That worst team in the NFL has now won, I believe, 5 straight games.
I know.
Their quarterback has thrown for 2,199 yards.
Yeah. Right.
20 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Just 4 interceptions.
All right. Yeah.
So if you're gonna have a love fest with Jordan Love,
I'm not saying he's the best quarterback in the league.
If you're
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's the best quarterback.
But if you're gonna have a love fest with Jordan Love, you got to have a love fest with Russell Wilson and give that man his props.
Well, sure, and I give any quarterback in the NFL that has great stats their props. I'm just saying, show me another quarterback that has rookie wide receivers, rookie offensive line, or second year, a mostly rookie defense second year, and still be able to do what he's doing. That's all I'm saying. What does Russell Wilson have in the Broncos? He's got a lot of talent and a lot of years on that offense. So I'm just saying.
So the Titans are starting a left guard that's a rookie.
Okay.
They're
doing terrible.
They're starting a right guard that's in his 3rd year.
Yeah, and they're doing terrible.
They're starting 2 wide receivers that are in their 2nd year.
Okay.
And a rookie quarterback.
Okay. And what is their record?
They're 1 game behind Green Bay.
Okay. But who have they played?
Who have they played?
Yeah, I mean, who have they played?
They played Jacksonville.
Okay.
And and I don't remember their whole schedule. They're undefeated at home.
Right.
I mean, if you're going to throw a love fest over Jordan Love.
But that's the thing. All I'm saying is you can't lie with these stats. You can't. It's not a coincidence that the man has the same stats as Aaron Rodgers in his first 11 games.
But there's better numbers out there.
Yes, I'm not disagreeing with you. There are better numbers out there.
Then what's with the love fest?
Because because nobody expected Jordan Love to put up Aaron Rodgers stats first year. That's why. He shouldn't be doing it. And that's what it is. Right? Q, back me up on this.
He's been in the league for 5 years.
He's been in the league for 5 years. He has never started. He's never started. He's never started. Like this is it. The only time he came in was when Rodgers was injured, and he started a few games.
He's not inexperienced.
Well, he's not inexperienced, but this is the first season that he's had an off season to work with the ones. He's like, I get what you're saying, but this is the first real season. It's on his shoulders. There is no alternative.
Okay, I respect
He's
that.
come to play.
I respect that. He still has a losing record, period, the end.
He does, but so did Aaron Rodgers. So he does. But we're moving in the right direction. All right.
I love you, George.
I know. I love you too, because you do very, very, very good at playing devil's advocate, and I like that. That's fine. Because damn, it's a good week of football when Green Bay wins and Ohio State loses.
Yeah, I feel that.
Titans are 2 good drafts away from being ready for a playoff push. Have faith in Will once he gets his line and weapon set. Yeah, I agree. They need a couple drafts under him to get the Titans really where they need to be.
And speaking of the Titans,
yesterday
they played the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, and Carolina fired their coach.
They were up 17-3 at 17-3 at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina comes out. First series, the Titans have 4 defensive penalties to keep the drive alive.
Yeah.
And they score 17-10.
Right.
The entire second half, the Titans had 2 first downs.
It's craziness.
Less than 10 minutes time of possession. And
That's
still
nuts.
won the game.
Yeah, that's.
And do you know what the
crazy.
result of that is?
What?
Carolina fired nearly every single person on their coaching staff today.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's how bad losing to the Titans yesterday affected that team.
It was bad. It was really bad. It was really bad. All right, let's hear from Bones Coffee real quick, and we'll be right back with This Week on the Gridiron.
Sound the alarms. Something monstrously merry is coming to town. Introducing Bones Coffee's newest batch. Inspired by the giddy ghouls of Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Nice work, Bones Caddy. Rich premium coffee infused with frighteningly festive flavors. The Pumpkin King, Santa Jack, Frog's Breath, Rough Weather, and Mudslide Boogie. Can't make decisions by yourself? Order them all. Bones also makes a perfectly marvelous gift for everyone on your nice list.
And your naughty list.
Click the link to get these hauntingly holly jolly flavors delivered right to your door. And it's not just for holidays. Bones has coffee concoctions for all 365 days of the year. Bones Coffee and Disney Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's terrifyingly tasty. This year, Bones Coffee will be yours!
Yo, what's going on? This is Jacob Hester, former LSU running back, here to tell you about a brand new college football podcast, the Golden Boot Podcast. Give it a listen, give it a try, give it a follow. They're going to work hard to be your new favorite podcast.
You're listening to the Golden Boot Podcast. Stay golden.
Oh man.
I was about to say, I'm just going to listen for the rest of the show because my mic decided to just mute itself. Welcome back to the Golden Boot Podcast. I want to once again remind you down at the bottom, please like, share, follow, subscribe. And we have a special announcement, Cody. Tell everybody. We just heard from Jacob Hester, and he's been gracious enough to give us a plug. But Cody, tell everybody what we're looking for on Friday, because that's coming up.
Man, well, everybody, this Friday night we have a special guest coming on the show. So if you go to ncaa.com and look up the football stats for the year, and you look at the all-purpose yards, and you look at the top of that list, you will see a man from Texas State University, and his name is Ismail Mahdi, and he is their running back, return man, Mr. Do Everything. He is ranked first in the nation in all-purpose yards.
Yeah.
And I've been in contact with him, and he is going to be joining us Friday night. I'm very thankful for this because I have hyped up Texas State all year because I'm a big fan of G.J. Kinney, and the fact that I get to talk to one of his athletes is just going to be very cool. And another fun fact about him is the fact that last year he played at Houston Christian, where College Football Dawg's co-founder, Colin Sutrick's father, is assistant coach on the staff. I mean, some cool ties there, and I didn't even realize it till after I was already talking to him. And when I did a little research, I was like, oh, well, that's cool. So we're going to have Ismail on Friday night. It's a big-time guest. We want to have you guys come and join us. We're going to just get his story. He has a very interesting story. He was born in Kenya, and we're just going to find out everything we can about him and talk about how the man was snubbed on the postseason awards. So tune in Friday night.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that because if I'm JQ, okay, cool, I'll be on my best behavior. Yeah, so I'm excited about this because this is the first time we've had an actual like college athlete that's playing on our show. Dude's not a bench warmer. Dude is a stud, and I'm very excited. So
he will 100% be drafted in the NFL draft next year. There is no question about it.
100%.
He's a true sophomore.
There's no.
But he's just so talented.
True sophomore.
Good.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
So I see GQ said he'd be on his best behavior. That's probably a good thing, because if you're not on your best behavior Friday night when we're interviewing this guy, I'm going to put you in the red jail underneath the Louisville football field.
That's funny. All right, let's get into this week on the Gridiron. I'm excited because we got some games to cover, and we need y'all's help. So comment on what you thought about the games. I saw a comment. I'm going to share it here in just a minute. We'll start with that one. There we are. This week on the Gridiron, let's get into it. All right, I'm gonna bring up. I don't know which one is first. All right. So here is the Egg Bowl. We didn't talk. We talked a little bit about this. But yeah, we've got the stats on this, and we're gonna go over this here. Now Sarah's dealing with kids, but she kind of gave a little bit of perspective on the Egg Bowl on the post-game show on College Football Dogs, if you've tuned into that. But what did you guys think about the Egg Bowl? How did you what did you see? How did you see it play out?
You know, I enjoyed it mainly for the physicality, because it is what you want in a rivalry game.
Yep.
I like that it was close.
Physical.
And I mean, honestly, okay, yeah, Ole Miss won by 10, but realistically, going into halftime, most people thought Mississippi State might actually pull this thing out, and it's unfortunate that they didn't. But I mean, they had a heck of an entrance on the field that night and everything. I mean, it was bells, whistles, everything. So
yeah.
Did you see where they had all the drones up in the sky and spelled out the word state?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I did.
Yeah, that's legit.
Yeah, those drone where they like have drone shows or whatever. Those are really cool. We saw a little bit of that on the USC game this year. From where Hunter was sitting, he was able to get a video of it, so that was cool. Yeah, this one was all Ole Miss practically as far as offense goes, but hats off to Mississippi State in their in defense, which has been kind of they kind of lost defense most throughout the year, but they were able to hold Ole Miss to next to nothing for an entire half. So most of Ole Miss's stats and yards came in the second half, and that was very telling. And as I stated earlier, Jackson Dart took a shot. Two Mississippi State guys collided with him head on, straight on his helmet. He got up woozy, came off the field, threw Ole Miss's last touchdown. So it didn't affect him, but man, that's rough. So moving on. Next game, Kentucky Louisville. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I did not.
I'm missing.
Hold that. Okay, you missed it. Corey Randall come home to LSU. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not see this coming.
Yeah.
Like, I knew that Kentucky had, a little bit left in it or whatever. And I know that this is a storied rival. And I know this is a deal. What's up, Troy? Miss you. Yeah. Dom's laughing his butt off. But I did not see Louisville losing at home. I mean, if I was a betting man, I almost would have bet my house on this game just because Louisville has looked so dominant at home this year. And then Kentucky came in and completely blew that out of the water. I mean, made them look like it's crazy.
Yeah, and so going into the game, I thought in my head, obviously I thought Louisville's going to win this. They have a chance to make a New Year's Six game. Like, something's going to happen here. Good for them.
Right.
And then went in my head, you know what? The last time Louisville got hyped up, they got manhandled by Pitt.
Yeah.
And then Kentucky comes in here. And don't get me wrong, Louisville actually played decent.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
And the bad thing, though, this game, though, the people are not thinking about this, but this is the absolute worst thing that could have happened for Florida State.
Oh,
with losing,
100%.
all right, so with losing Jordan Travis, obviously they're at a huge disadvantage.
Right.
And then, so they need Louisville to be ranked as high as possible. So if they beat them in the ACC championship, hey, here's our case. Started out big, beating LSU, end up big, beating Louisville, put us in. Now it's like, hey, here we are limping into the championship. If we win, hey, we just beat a top 15 team or top 16 team or whatever.
Right.
This can probably be out of the top 25 now. And it doesn't look good.
Yeah, I agree. And we said a few times, because Chris and I are playoff football dogs, we said a few times that Louisville had built the right way to beat Florida State.
Yeah.
And I think we actually predicted that Louisville will win the ACC championship and hand Florida State its first loss. Now with Jordan Travis out, it is not a unforeseen thing. It's not a thing that anybody could just say you're an idiot. I could see Louisville winning by 10 or 14 points in the championship, just based off of. I mean, look at the yards they put on Kentucky, right? And this was such a weird game. So it came down to the wire, yes, but total yards, they had over 100 more yards than Kentucky and still lost. And it was just a deal where they just let Ray Davis take over when he didn't need to, right?
Ray Davis.
And that was,
Ray Davis.
Yeah, I know it. And and now he's entering the transfer portal.
No, he's going pro.
Or no, he's going pro. That's right. Show the sign, Chris. Show the sign, Chris.
Whoa.
I can't see it.
It's not showing. It's not showing.
No. Yep, back up a little bit. There you go.
It's not showing.
Just read it. What it says.
Coach
I am
Chaos. Coach Chaos.
Yeah.
Come back to Vandy, sir. If you don't know who Coach Chaos is, it's Sean Spencer. He was at Vandy in 2012 with James Franklin. He left to go to Penn State. Then he went to the Giants. Then he went to the Gators. The Gators released him today. Coach Chaos is chaos.
Yeah.
Coach Smo. Clemson don't love you, bro. Clemson don't love you, bro. Come home. Come home. If you don't know who Coach Smo is, it's Adam Smotherman. We fired our strength and conditioning coach today, and Smo is a freak.
Yeah. Dang. Well, and if you're keeping your counter up, you got several shots to take because we've talked about Vanderbilt a bunch of times. We will welcome them with open arms. Seth said anything to get on ways. Yeah. JQ says turnovers. UK's defense is great at times. Yeah. Seth also says need a new OC now. Yeah.
Now addressing that. So I want to be clear.
Take another shot.
Family.
Take another shot.
Problem is, you got early signing day coming up in just a couple weeks.
Vandy family.
He will not fire either of the coordinators until after early signing day.
Yeah.
Because it's too hard to put a staff together in that short period of time. Right. So after early signing period is over, expect some turnover on the Vanderbilt staff. It's already started. It will continue after early signing day.
Yeah. Well, back to Kentucky and Louisville. I didn't see this coming. Time of possession, Louisville. I mean, everything. It's the turnovers that was the issue.
Mm-hmm.
But you take away those turnovers and Louisville wins. So
for sure,
they clean up the turnover game. I think Florida State might be in trouble. Moving on, BYU and Oklahoma State. This game, was insane. Okay, now here's I'm gonna say this. You see this hog up here? Okay, we lost to BYU and everyone laughed. Imagine what would have happened if BYU pulled this out against Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma would be in the SEC in the Big 12 championship.
I mean, this is. I mean, this
and
game.
They did it without Ollie Gordon.
They did. And
they still got 182 rushing yards.
Here's what's nuts to me. Okay, here's what's nuts to me. Look at the almost over 150 plus more yards for Oklahoma State, and the score is still this close.
Short field.
Short. I mean, 503 total yards at 327. You got 321 yards passing, 197 rushing yards. You win that column. You're 7-17 on third down. You win that column. You win the penalty column. You win the first downs column. You both have 2 turnovers. You win the time of possession. BYU was winning this ball game, gentlemen. They were winning this ball game, and it took 2 overtimes for Oklahoma State to come back and beat them. It was a very strange game at times, but also was really fun to watch. And Sataki is one heck of a coach. I don't care what anybody says. That guy, what is his name? Kalani Sataki, I think his name is.
I believe that is it.
Yeah, now how do I remember that name and can say that name correctly, but butcher like Steve Smith or have to ask you guys who the quarterback of whoever is. But I can remember Kalani Sataki. What a heck of a coach, man.
Now,
that was very close.
Part of the reason the stats are so lopsided is BYU kept getting a short field.
Yeah, they did. They really did. They kept getting that short field. It was it was a crazy ball game. BYU is going to be dangerous if they have a good portal this offseason, they're going to be dangerous. Especially now, is there any danger of Sataki going somewhere else?
No.
I don't think so either. BYU may play spoiler on some teams. I mean, that's a really good football team at the end of the year. I mean, they played several teams down to the wire, with 60 something new players. I mean, they practically wash and rinse their roster from last year. So we'll see how that plays out. Ohio State, Michigan, the game.
Real quick before we touch on that, you want to talk about somebody washing and rinsing a roster?
Yeah.
The big story in college football all year was how Colorado just ran everybody off and brought in all new players.
Yeah.
And everybody's going, oh, he won 4 games. Colorado's headed in the right direction. Shut up.
I know. I'm seeing that too.
Alex Golesh took over a 1-11 South Florida team. He did not use the portal like these guys did. In fact, lost his best player to the portal.
Good to have you, buddy.
And is in a bowl game.
Yeah.
Shut up, Prime.
Yeah. Mike, to be fair, I should have never bet against Michigan in this. I should have never done it. But
are you betting on 18-year-old kids?
No, I didn't bet. I just said I picked Ohio State, and I regret it. But I knew better. Like, I knew better, gentlemen. I knew better. You know why I knew better? Because earlier in the season, I was saying that Kyle McCord is Ohio State's weak link. Remember? I said that. I remember saying that.
Yep.
And sure enough, he reared his ugly head in this game. Why? Why did I not think this? Was I just that discombobulated Friday that I just didn't think?
No.
I think everybody wanted Ohio State to lose or win this game.
I mean, I
know who you are. Everybody.
That's true. You buy into the Kool-Aid of the spy thing, and you think it's going to be that distracting. Michigan wasn't distracted at all. And Kyle McCord is not the answer at quarterback from Ohio State.
Not him.
No. And Alex from Buckeye Bros told us that. I mean, he straight up said Kyle McCord needs to be elite for us to win. And he wasn't.
He wasn't. Interception.
He had probably one of the most elite wide receiver core in the country and still somehow managed to look mediocre. That's a problem.
I know Ohio State fans are still crying about a specific touchdown that was called in this game.
Yeah,
it was a touchdown. It was a touchdown. Just stop it. It was a touchdown. Let's play it out for a minute. Okay. I'm going to play devil's advocate in this one. I know it's a touchdown because it was ruled a touchdown. Looking at all the evidence, first off, number one, it looked like at times his knee was down before he crossed the plane of the goal line. There's several different views. Not where the knee goes down; it's where the ball is at.
Yeah, I know it's where the ball is at, but like it was close, and the ball was moving the whole time he was crossing the plane of the goal line. Like he may have possessed it for a half a second, and if that's enough, that's fine. But
here's the thing:
they should have at least looked at it.
Here's the thing: he caught it with his hands. And he ran 3 steps as he's going to tuck it. When he went to tuck it, he still had one hand had control of it, and it was moving, and he's bringing the other hand up to get it.
I guess.
He never lost possession of the ball before he went across the plane of the end zone. Yeah. All he's got to do is break that plane. Whatever happens from that point on is null and void because the play is over. It's a touchdown.
Yeah. I mean,
it was a touchdown.
You know. I don't know. It just is what it is. You knew better because Ohio State hasn't beat anybody convincingly. It was worth a crap. I was pulling blue the whole time. Never Ohio State, no matter who they play. Well, okay. You got me there. Troy says Michigan sucks. Is Harbaugh allowed to coach in the playoffs? We don't know yet.
Yes.
I think he's officially back, yeah.
I think so.
Unless something crazy just comes out.
I will tell you.
We'll see.
I want Iowa to win this game badly.
I'm sure you do.
Just because. Just because.
If Iowa wins this ball game, I'm going to tell you what the final score is. Ready? It's going to be
10-7.
13 to 10. It's going to be 13 to 10.
13 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we beat them 13 to 10 before.
Right.
When it was number one Iowa, number 2 Michigan in Iowa City. But
if Michigan wins this ball game, it's going to be 30 something to 10. Go ahead, Chris.
Now here's the thing. You know what I'm anxious to see? If Michigan wins, the Big Ten commissioner handing Jim Harbaugh the Big Ten championship trophy. You know that's going to be a tense moment.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know.
That'll be fun to watch.
Anyway.
But like I said, I want Iowa to win.
Yeah. If Iowa wins, then no Big Ten in playoffs?
Probably so.
Yep. Probably so.
Yeah.
Yep.
If Alabama wins, there won't be an SEC team in the playoffs.
Stop. We're not there yet. Do not even jump on that yet. We're not there yet. I got all kinds of stuff to say to that here in just a minute. We'll move on to that, though, because we got Texas A&M and LSU. Don't even go there yet. We're not there yet.
You know I'm going to.
I know that. Just don't. Texas A&M and LSU. This was the game that I think Jaden Daniels won his Heisman on.
It was a good game. Good game.
It was a good game.
I mean,
LSU did something different in this game, though. In the second half, they used a defensive scheme that they have not used all season, and they recorded 3 straight stops on defense.
Yeah.
Something we haven't done all year.
So that would be hilarious.
That was interesting, man. Yeah, then Harbaugh announces they are headed to the ACC. No. But yeah, this game was the game to me that Jaden Daniels said, all right, I got the ball. This is my Heisman to lose. I'm taking it.
And he had that fourth down run of 50-plus yards, and I feel like that was the run.
Yep. Mm-hmm. This game set him apart. This was the creme de la creme. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody's hollering about, but Tim Bailey. Tim, if you're watching this, please listen to this, okay? Tim, I get you have a personal hatred for Jaden Daniels. I don't care what you say. Put Bo Nix or Michael Penix Jr. on LSU, and they would have lost more games than 3.
100%.
Jaden Daniels has kept them in games they shouldn't have been in. Their defense has been terrible. His argument in the meeting earlier was, but Oregon has the 109th defense. Oregon had a better defense than Washington did, and has probably one of the best, if not the best, defenses in the Pac-12. So it may be down there, but to play to their level, they have been playing very well. LSU has not. LSU has had a horrible defense. Go ahead, Chris.
There is no argument for Bo Nix or Michael Penix to win the Heisman.
No.
And I'll tell you why. Michael Penix, 3 interceptions in one game, 0 touchdowns in another game.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Bo Nix has got 17 completions year long of 20 yards or more.
Yep, I know. It's been a system, and that was what Tim said. It's a system.
Dump off Bo. Dump off Bo.
I don't care. I don't care. That Jaden Daniels has played way better
Yes.
then you put. And here's the thing: you put him in their position. I promise you that we would be looking at an undefeated team. Number one, because I mean they are still, but there would be more offense. There would be more points scored. You'd have more points per game. The efficiency would be better. He's just the better player, period. Please put in the comments if you think I'm wrong. I'm telling you right now, there's no way that the not the committee, but whatever it is, the Heisman committee.
The Heisman Trust.
Does anyone know what time Ohio State plays this Saturday?
They play at
half past kissing time. Time to kiss again.
Right. They play half past freckle left arm. There you go. So anyway, I just think that this game, it came down to the wire because Texas A&M had some good moves or whatever. Jaden Daniels is winning that Heisman, and if he doesn't, then there will be a riot, and it will be a farce. There's no way. Tim is like, oh, you have RG3, blah 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 blah. He's not RG3. Listen, RG3 said the man is comparable to me. Give him the Heisman. So we're done with that conversation.
Can we talk about the fact that Michigan's a 23 point favorite over Iowa right now?
20
and the over-under's only 35. Also, Florida State's a 2.5 point favorite over Louisville right now.
Yeah, 2.5. I figured it'd be close.
If you're into betting lines, Iowa has beat the under 7 straight weeks, and they've gone 6-1 in those games.
Yeah. All right, now to the big boy. Kenny, I hope you're watching. This is for you, buddy. 4th and 31.
He's looking around at his receivers. He throws it up. Oh, my gosh. And it is caught.
Okay, first off, I'm going to play that again because this man he has enough time to do his taxes, pay bills, buy a house. He set up a retirement plan before he threw this ball.
Yeah.
I heard he test drove 5 cars.
Play it one more time.
He went to Nick Saban's dealership 50 miles away and test drove 5 cars before he threw this ball. I mean,
hey, play it from the beginning one more time. I want to show you something on there that's going to make you laugh. All right. Okay. So obviously, a 2-man rush with one playing.
Yeah.
What
is the third guy? Oh, he's spying. I get it.
Look at the end zone. Look how many Auburn defenders are running towards this right
yes.
here. 3 other guys. They're just like, oh. Like, they were trotting. They weren't even trying to make a play.
Would
you not rather them take a pass interference right there?
Do you know, like,
I would have freaking targeted Bond. I would have freaking thrown my head.
I know.
In.
This is
gentlemen's.
Gentlemen's. What's up, Colin? Gentlemen's.
Hey, gentlemen.
Yeah. Seth, how in the world did this happen? Awful defense, awful coaching, and a lot of luck. Look, and let's not forget the fact that this 4th and 31 would not have happened had the refs heard the Auburn defender clap and cause the Alabama center to snap the ball early, because it happened. There's video evidence. I don't have it, but it's there. You can watch. The guy literally looks around like this, runs up to the line and goes just like this. The ball snaps, goes past Milrow. Nobody caught it.
I'm shocked too, because they're good about catching that this year.
And let's not forget the interception that wasn't.
Yeah, for real. The one that stepped. I mean, that was after
the footage enough. Yeah. Like, I haven't seen I want to see the line, like where he was running.
Well, there was one before the 4th and 31 play where Alabama picked off the pass. Yeah. And they called it wrong on the field and got it wrong on a replay.
Yeah.
I mean,
they were trying to help Auburn win.
Why would you have a spy Did Kenny call the defense? I mean, yeah, it's a 4th and 31. Why would you have a spy? That's a great point, Mike. 4th and 31 and you have a spy?
This is an appropriate comment because it's not a bad word.
Oh, God.
And it's
oh, Lord. Okay. All right. Thank you, Colin, for cleaning it. I just got to say I love Kenny. Thank you.
So
could be calling about an arm, right?
We do have instant, fan reaction from that.
Oh, we do.
We do.
Oh boy, where is that at? What did you find? Oh, that's true. Yeah,
is
yeah.
Is that Kenny with the clean? Wait, too many
teeth. That's Kenny. Oh yeah, he's got too many teeth. Auburn's coach called plays to not lose the lead. I'll never understand why a team that's women quits doing what got them the lead and switches to a game plan inevitably. I know that Arkansas does that enough. Yes. I hate that. Yes, Colin, it's friendly enough. Thank you. I love the picture, by the way. You look like you have to go apply for a job somewhere or something.
What's that movie? 16 Candles. He looks like he belongs in the movie 16 Candles in that picture.
Oh, there you go. It's such a wholesome family picture.
Yes.
But yeah, there were several people crying after this. But again, like I'm gonna play it one more time. Why? Mike is 100% right. Why are you putting a spy on 4th and 31?
Well, think about it. If you're putting all your defenders in the end zone right there, look how much room he has. Jalen Miller with his legs.
Rush the third guy. You got a better chance at getting a Milrow with 3 than 2.
Honestly, I say stick in your man-to-man defense and try to go after Milrow and see what happens.
Golly.
I'd rather him risk getting 30 yards and missing that one.
Like, I am just there's just no words. There's just no words. So back to what we were talking about. So the stats, right?
Yeah, Peyton Thornton, he had 5 completions.
5 total completions. Look, but here's the thing. Now he ran all over Alabama.
He had no choice.
And Auburn was this close. But they just couldn't coach enough. And you know, I said it, 6-6. They're at 6-6. Where's my $100? That's what I want to know. Where's my $100, Kenny? You got to pay up. He says the bowl game counts. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to ask everybody here. When you say that you predict somebody to go 6-6, is that counting a bowl game or not?
No. That's only 12 games. A bowl game would be 13.
I mean, don't get me wrong. A bowl game, I think it does count. It does count. But when you say 6-6, yeah, you're talking about regular season.
Yes.
Right. Yes. So make your check payable to George Hancock. Thank you very much. Yeah, I just 6-6. I predicted it correctly.
I'm just ready to see Auburn, New Mexico State rematch in the Birmingham Bowl.
Yeah. What Seth says, why does Freeze have Satan's number? He always plays him hard and nobody touches on that. I mean, yeah. That was part of my senior pictures back in 2015, but thanks.
I mean, Hugh Freeze had a losing record against Vanderbilt until this year.
Yeah. It's wild to me. Now, I know he's got supposedly he had 84 recruits, and this was future classes included at this game, and that's all fine and dandy. But like, I don't know. At some point, what were you thinking?
Though?
What?
They're getting Walker White, the recruit out of Arkansas. They're getting Will Rogers from Mississippi State. They're getting Ty Simpson from Alabama.
Kenny,
who's gonna play quarterback?
Kenny, no, shut up, Kenny. You're muted. Shut up, Kenny. I know who's that quarterback. Which is what I've been saying the whole time. They don't have a quarterback.
Who's gonna play quarterback out of that bunch?
I don't know, but you know, this is it. I mean, this was the game, right? I mean, this is, and we see it. Alabama pulled it off yet again.
Boy,
That would be the third time in 2 years Freeze lost in New Mexico State.
That's
Whoa, that's nuts.
I would love to see them match up again. I think it'd just be fun.
Yeah,
You
would be.
You know what's funny is that Hugh Freeze's former team played New Mexico State this year.
Yeah,
and waxed them.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's interesting. I mean, Kenny's already betting on Auburn's season next year, thinking they're going to start 15 true freshmen. It's true. It's true. Tom Brady is playing QB next year, Kenny said. Is that a Kenny Powers situation?
Kenny also said they were beating Georgia and Alabama.
Yeah, for real. All right. Well, I mean, okay, real quick, because we do have to go. We ran really long tonight. If Alabama beats Georgia, Cody, I know what you're going to say, Chris. If Alabama beats Georgia, does that vault them ahead to get in the playoff? Yes or no?
Depends on what else happens.
Depends on what else.
So here's the thing. I cannot put Texas behind Alabama until Texas is defeated.
Sure.
Because obviously they have the head-to-head, and it's hard for me to catapult a team from 7 to 8 range to the top 4.
Yeah.
But then it leads to this. Okay, let's say Michigan wins, let's say Alabama wins, and let's say Florida State wins, and let's say Oregon wins. What's your top 4?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it's almost impossible at this point to even predict it. I think it's going to depend on what happens on the field. And another thing too, though, I've seen scenarios of Ohio State still somehow getting in. I don't get that.
Yeah.
I don't think
Ohio State don't get in.
I don't think so. But
no. Thank you, Mike.
So
hope to see you again, buddy. It was good.
In your
Good
scenario, whoever wins Oregon and Washington is going to get in. Plain and simple.
100%.
It's that easy. Okay. Michigan wins. That's 2 teams. If Texas wins and Alabama beats Georgia, Texas is going ahead of Alabama.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm for that.
Okay.
If Alabama wins the SEC championship, there will not be an SEC team in the playoffs.
How crazy would that be?
I don't see it happening because of this. And that's the only reason I don't see it happening.
And guess what? Texas says, I got your money and I can match you. And we've never been there, and it's our turn, Alabama.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
It's going to be a crazy weekend.
Somebody loses, Alabama's in. Period.
Yeah. I mean, if Louisville beats Florida State, and then let's say that somehow Iowa pulls out a miracle, then you've got a real cluster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do. You have a real cluster. You do. Yep, you do.
I feel like if Florida State wins, they're going to get in. Period.
With a backup quarterback. I mean, it's happened before because Cardell Jones or whatever his name is, Ohio State, they got in.
All right, and then like Ryan says right here, I see 2 Pac-12 teams. Honest to God truth.
I don't see that.
So here's the thing.
Washington, Oregon.
If it goes down like the last game, but the tables turn with Oregon winning this time,
who you going to leave out?
Florida State.
I just don't see him leaving out a 13-0 team.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. 13-0, but if they barely beat Louisville with a backup quarterback, okay? And they're only hang on, but we've said it, have we not? We've said it earlier this year. Their only ranked win so far this season has been LSU, and that was early.
Okay, if you're going to put that standard on them, then you got to put it on Oregon. Their only ranked win is Arizona.
Well,
okay. Their only current ranked team that they beat is Arizona.
Well, didn't Oregon and Washington play early in the year?
Oregon didn't beat them.
That's right. Washington won.
Oregon should have won.
That's right.
Oregon's
You're right.
only top 25 current ranked team win was against Arizona.
Well, I don't think truth be told, I don't think Oregon's
if you're
going to
hold
anyway.
Florida State to that standard, you got to hold Oregon to that standard.
And I do hold Oregon to that standard. I didn't think that Oregon was going to get in regardless. Because I don't think even if somebody else loses, that vaults Oregon in that place. Just because.
And I know it's not a popular take. But Jamie Chadwell's sitting over here saying, hey, hey.
Yeah.
If they end up being the only undefeated team,
yeah,
Jamie Chadwell is going to be loud and proud. Hey, hey.
Well, yeah, of course. If they end up being the only undefeated team, yeah, but I don't see Washington loses. I don't see Washington losing.
Oregon's better than Washington.
They might be, but I don't see them losing. That's what I'm saying. I mean, they may be, but I think Washington wins. And when Washington wins, it's really going to put to bed Oregon's case. But especially them playing each other, if Oregon beats Washington and they both go to one loss, I mean, I could see one of them getting in. I can't see both.
I would actually like to see Oregon and Alabama play in a bowl game regardless of where it's at or what it's for, just because I want to see Bo Nix finish his college career against Alabama.
Yeah, that would be something. Knock. Welcome back to the SEC, Bucko.
So Liberty goes 13-0. They win their championship.
Sure.
Who do you line them up with in a New Year's Six Bowl?
Honestly, probably
Michigan.
Was that Michigan?
What? I don't know what you said. What did you say?
If they
Missouri.
Oh, Missouri. That's what I meant to say. I thought you were saying that Michigan was going to get beat or something. I meant to say Missouri as well.
But okay, but then you have the argument: who's more deserving of a New Year's Six game? Missouri, Ole Miss, or Penn State?
That's
Missouri.
I would say
They only lost to Georgia and Alabama.
But then Ole Miss beat LSU and LSU beat Missouri.
Ole Miss only lost to Alabama and Georgia.
Sorry. Georgia and LSU. That's right. They only lost to Georgia and LSU. Ole Miss only lost to Georgia and Alabama.
But then again, the higher ranked team would be Missouri in this case.
Yep.
So,
but are they really deserving of that? Shouldn't Ole Miss be ahead of Missouri? Their two losses are better.
But I think Missouri beating Kansas State early is what helped him get higher.
Okay.
I do forget about
Yeah.
Ole Miss's two losses are better than Missouri's two losses.
And
how many ranked wins does Missouri have versus Ole Miss?
One.
Well, Ole Miss does have that Tulane win early in the year. I forget about that.
Has
one
two.
apiece.
No,
yeah.
Ole Miss has two.
Who else is ranked?
LSU.
Mm-hmm.
And Missouri lost to LSU.
It's true.
So don't you have to put Ole Miss in that spot?
It's a solid argument.
It's a solid argument, I guess. I don't know.
I'm glad I'm not making the decisions.
Oh, I don't want to make those decisions
it's going to be wild.
At all.
But that would be a fun matchup.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that does it, gentlemen. We're all getting tired. It's getting late. Final thoughts, Cody?
Jaden Daniels for Heisman. I can't be any more clear at this point. I mean, I'm going to say it every show. No, final thoughts are we got a great rivalry weekend that happened. I enjoyed it. Really looking forward to championship weekend. But the biggest thought is you guys need to tune in this Friday night to see Ismail Mahdi on the show. Fun guest for us. We're very excited to have him on. We want you guys to join us, ask him questions, and that's all I got for you.
Definitely. Well, I'm excited. It's going to come up championship weekend. There's a lot of really good games going to happen. Almost the end of the season, gentlemen. Almost. And what a season it's been. And I'm
almost
very good. Very I love this. Very good. Very good final thought. Thank you, Troy.
Wait, who's Troy's NFL team?
I don't know. Who is Troy? Who's your NFL team? I have no idea.
Is he a Seahawks? I would think he might be a Seahawks.
Seahawks fan, maybe. I don't know. What?
I just need you to shut up. Talking about the end of the season is near. No, it's not. Your season is done just like my season is done.
Sorry, I wouldn't know what that's like.
Stop reminding me.
Well, it's the truth. I don't need to remind you. I need to do that, but whatever. Are in for life. What does that mean?
Raiders Nation for life.
Oh, he's a Raiders fan. You're a Raiders fan too? What?
Yeah. Of course.
Lord have mercy. I didn't know that.
How are you not a Saints fan?
How did we not have this conversation when Green Bay played the Raiders and stomped them? Whatever. Anyway. Okay, what am I stalling for? You had something. What were you going to say, Chris?
Never mind. I can't.
Okay, all right.
I was going to do something, but I can't.
Okay, all right. Final thoughts, Chris. What you got?
Final thoughts?
Yes.
After the news that broke just minutes before we came on live tonight, I need Clark to be fired immediately, if not sooner. The entire staff gone. I want them out of Nashville.
Oh, how
they don't
many
deserve
times
to be
am
here.
It's every week. Okay, I'm going to say this before we go.
118.
We hear this a whole lot more times than y'all do because Chris says this every day. Every day.
Fire him. It
is every day. I know.
Fire George.
GQ says coaches changes, transfer portal, recruits, NFL draft. The season never over. You're right.
But it's okay because guess what? It's almost baseball season again.
Fire Pittman.
Almost baseball season.
I'm stoked.
Ooh, I'm excited about that.
Where Tim Corbin owns Dave Van Horn.
We're the champs, so y'all can just bow to me right now.
You got copped. You got copped. I don't even want to go there. You got copped.
Congratulations, you won one game.
Yep.
You won one game.
Yep.
Look at the record between Tim. Look at the record between Tim Corbin and
who was it? Who started that game? Kumar Rocker. That's right. Sit down.
Yeah.
Kumar Rocker.
If that's your Super Bowl, is Kevin Kopps
baseball season is going to be fun, ladies and gentlemen?
Hey, is Kevin Kopps beating Kumar Rocker your College World Series?
No, because my College World Series is dropping a foul ball on to literally win the College World Series. Oh, what was yours? When was that the last time you went? Probably one.
We've won two since 2014. And the last one in 2019 is widely considered the greatest baseball team of all time.
I know. I'm giving you a hard time. I have no argument to that whatsoever. Kumar on short rest. I don't care if he was on short rest at all. We still beat him.
Still Kumar. Even though Kumar had
a 16-year-old pitcher.
Congratulations, you beat Kumar Rocker. Tell me the record between Dave Van Horn and Tim Corbin.
Oh, no, and I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't.
Oh.
We will revisit that when it's time to visit baseball. That being said,
So
ladies and
that
gentlemen,
gives everybody something to look forward to on the
little
Golden
teaser.
Boot Show.
I know. God, I'm gonna strangle you, ladies and gentlemen. We love you. We appreciate you. We couldn't have done this without you. This has been the Golden Boot Podcast. Friday night at 8:30. Mark your daggum calendars. Ismail Moody? How do you say it? Mahdi. See, I'm going to get that wrong. Ismail Mahdi. Got it. Ismail
Just go to
Mahdi.
YouTube.
Ismail
You
Mahdi.
can
Ismail
hear him
Mahdi.
say his name.
I got it.
multiple times.
Nope. Ismail Mahdi. Got it. I just had to say it 3 times fast.
No, Seth, he didn't have the thumb out.
Stop.
There you go. There you go, Cody.
Stop.
What am I doing?
Stop.
We taught you well.
Stop. Appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. The Golden Boot Podcast. Stay golden, everybody. We will see you next time.